One. Gracias. Gracias, buenos. Be a long line.
Thank you.
De nada.
Became transferred to me.
Okay, we have a new secondhand article license at 38 Glenwood Street, Aomi Concept. She is?
Way back there. Thank you, sir. What's the wish of the committee?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That license is granted for secondhand article. Thank you. The license is ready. Downstairs. Second floor, right behind everybody else that's going down.
Follow him.
And we have auto repair and flammable new at 180 Commercial Street, Next Week Corp., DBA Empire Auto Clinic.
Commercial Street, he's here. Council Hogan, what do you think?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve for Empire Auto Classic.
Second.
Second, discussion, questions, anything? Nothing? Hogan, Counselor?
All set.
We're good? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That license is granted from the new flammable repair.
Okay, we have another new one at 10 Heaths Court, Unit 13 and 14, Luma Auto Service, Inc. Right there.
Representative is here. Any questions? None? What's the
here.
wish of the committee?
The motion approved.
Each court is Ward 7 now, right?
Yes.
All right. Nothing from Councilor Walsh, right? Council President Walsh? Nope. Okay, good. What's the wish of the committee?
Say it again.
Councilor Net said motion to approve, yeah?
Second.
Second, any discussion? None, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? That license is also granted for a new auto repair flammable. Thank you. You're all set. All set, yes. Yep.
Renewals.
We have renewals.
Take them as a whole if we can.
Sure, take them as a whole.
Take them as a whole. What's the wish of the committee?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve.
Second.
Second, any discussion?
Nope.
None, all in favor for all of those?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, those are all granted for renewal. We have a couple of canning dates, right?
And we have Lynn Classical Track Field, adults only, on May 9, 10, and 11, 2025, and Lynn Tech Football Boosters, adult only, on July 12, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve both?
Second.
Yes?
Yes, both.
Yes,
Yeah.
for both. Second, any discussion on either? None, all in favor for both?
Aye.
Opposed? Those two requests are both granted. Those dates are filling up. If you want a canning date, please reach out to the mayor's office ASAP. Any other new business, Madam Clerk? Any other-
No new business.
What is the wish of our licensing committee?
The motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned by Councilor Net,
Second.
seconded by Councilor Natasha Medji. Any discussion on the adjournment? No. All in favor to adjourn? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
501, yep.
I don't know, we'll talk.
Yes.
Talk after. That's what's happening.
Okay, we'll convene the Personnel Subcommittee. I'll have the clerk call the roll.
Counselor LaPierre?
Present.
Present. Counselor Net?
Present.
Present. Counselor Allensug? Counselor Allensug?
Just stepped out.
Just stepped out, okay. Counselor Field?
I'm present.
Present. And Counselor Hogan?
Present.
Present. Oh, there's Counselor Allensug?
Present.
There you go.
Excellent, thank you, Madam Clerk. I do see Mr. Russo out in the audience and Mr. Bennett, so I think what we'll do, we'll call Mr. Russo up at first, give some preliminary remarks. This is regarding the appointment that will be coming up during the Committee of the Whole of the Chief ISD Inspector. And Drew, why don't you come up and give us a little background on this position?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Thanks to the Council. Drew Russo, Personnel Director. At the end of 2024, we posted the position of Chief of Inspectional Services. As the Mayor indicated during the fall, current ISD Chief Michael Donovan is going to be transitioning into a role that was created recently by Home Rule petition as Director of Capital Projects. We contracted with the Collins Center at UMass Boston, which has done a number of searches for us in the past, to lead the Inspectional Services Department, which includes 3 divisions: facilities, inspections, and public health. We worked with the Collins Center to promote and publicize that widely. They brought forth a number of candidates. The one that rose to the top and is the mayor's appointment, the mayor's designee to serve as ISD chief, is Brett Bennett. Brett is currently the building commissioner in the town of Reading. He is a lifelong Lynn resident and actually formerly worked in inspectional services as a building inspector before assuming his duties in Reading. And so I just wanted to give you a little bit of overview of the process. The mayor's office was also involved in the interviewing, as was the chief financial officer, Michael Bertino. And we look forward to you meeting Mr. Bennett tonight and reviewing and hopefully confirming the mayor's designation. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you for that update, Drew. Much appreciated. And we have worked very closely in the mayor's office to have Mr. Bennett with us. Mr. Bennett, would you like to approach and say a few words? And if the councilors have questions, they'll be sure to ask them of you. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Committee. Very excited to be here. A position that I've always looked forward to. Getting back into the city, being able to serve my city. I think my experiences fit well with this job description. And again, just happy to get back into the city and do my part, and looking forward to it very much. So I'll take any questions. And
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Bennett. And question, Councilor Net?
Yeah. Mr. Bennett, thank you for applying for this position, and it's great to see you, and thank you for being here. I have a question. Do you, your current job, do you have a boss to report to?
so right now I report to the assistant town manager for the town of Reading.
So you do have a boss, right?
Yep.
So how do you report to them? So, okay, so if you have any complaint from the residents and you're not doing a good job, so how do you report to your boss? So if you become director and if the resident complain that someone, under you is not doing a good job, so they report to you and they call you. So how you address to your people who work for you? How you address it?
So in discipline, obviously before it would get to the step of getting to my boss, I would meet with that employee, meet with that resident, and see what the issue was. Try to resolve that issue in person, whether it's an inspector not going to inspections or any sort of disrespect. We try to figure out what the root of this problem is. If need be, if it needs to go further, is this progressive discipline? And kind of weigh the options from there, depending on the situation.
Yeah. Why are you interested in working here and leave your job?
It would be great to work for my city again. Obviously, a step up from what I'm doing now, a little more involved. Something that I've always admired this position. I think I'd be a great fit for it, and I think it'd be great to work for my city again, get back into the city of Lynn.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Net. Councilor Field, then Councilor Hogan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Bennett, thanks for coming today. Appreciate meeting with you. I know we've crossed paths in the past. One of my questions is maybe a hypothetical, but real current. it's been a challenge over the past number of years, not just for the city of Lynn, but for many municipalities, to hire inspectors for getting timely permitting done. You know, plumbing inspectors, electrical inspectors, and stuff like that. What are some of your ideas to bring that up to, you know, a more modern approach and to entice more people to take a role that really nobody seems to be interested in?
Yeah, that is a good question. I mean, all these, meetings I go to, it's all, seems to be an older crowd of inspectors. It seems to be an older trait. I think with the requirement with the state that you have a 12-month grace period to get that license, and I think that, it's huge to try to get somebody that's qualified, that doesn't particularly have their license yet and be able to kind of guide them through the process. I think it is a challenge to find an inspector that is currently licensed. So I think it's more of like a background search of what are your experiences? Would you be able to qualify to take the test? And if once they get qualified, kind of push them through that process, help them with the training, and get them qualified through the city. I think that, I did notice a pay increase for the inspectors. I think that's a huge step in the right direction. I feel like that's a very fair rate now. I think that was one of the issues in the past. It was a fairly low rate. You could be an electrician, you could be a licensed plumber and make a lot more money than that. So now you come to the city, you get the city benefits, and the pay is comparable to all the other positions out there now.
Thank you. Good. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Hogan.
This position is not a union position, correct?
Correct.
So in your past, have you worked in a union and have you interacted with union employees?
Yep. So, I was in the inspectors union here as an employee. Most of my union dues were in the private sector. As a construction manager, we would, negotiate the contracts for construction jobs, deal with the unions there, go through the collective bargaining agreements with that. So most of my experience with the, management of union and union employees would be through the private sector, but it is, through the construction part of it.
All right, definitely. Thank you.
Excellent. Councilor Allingson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to ask Drew Russo a question. Drew, if you may. Drew Russo. Thank you. Drew, can you explain to us the process of selection for Mr. Bennett, the posting, how long it was posted, how many people applied, how many people interviewed, what is the process of selection, who are the people selected? Just give us a bird's eye view of what happened, why that leads to Mr. Bennett's selection.
Sure. So we had posted the position at the end of 2024. And like I said at the outset, Counselor, we had contracted with the Collins Center at UMass Boston, who had done several searches for us in the past. We actually extended the window. I think that the final count, we had 6 candidates in consultation with Collins. We invited 3 for interviews. We got down to 2 people that were interviewed. Both of those candidates met with a group that included myself, the representatives from the mayor's office that are here, and the chief financial officer. And after considerable conversation among the 4 of us, we invited Mr. Bennett back to have a conversation with the mayor. The mayor conducted his own interview, and that's why Mr. Bennett is here tonight.
Drew, I'm staring at you, okay? I'm just staring at the screen. It's not that I'm ignoring you. But so Collins Center, are we paying Collins Center to help us with selection?
Yes.
People? Can you reveal how much we're paying for it?
I believe it was $4,000 if they helped us successfully.
And how many days they've helped us?
We brought them on board in November to help us out.
The whole November at $4,000 each. Don't have the capacity to select our own people here at City Hall?
No, I mean, we actually do this on sort of a very sparing basis, but because of the nature of this position and the fact that the person needed to be a certified building commissioner or had to have the ability to take the test to become a building commissioner, we decided, in consultation with the mayor and the chief of staff and the CFO, that in this particular instance, it was probably helpful to utilize the resources at Collins to help us, recruit a candidate. And fortunately, the candidate that they helped us recruit was a Lynn resident, which is something that we all want to see, and we're glad that the process worked out in that way.
Thank you, Drew. Mr. Chairman, last question.
Sure.
Because this is a very impressive resume, Mr. Bennett, and I'm glad that you've worked with the city of Lynn. So this is somebody that has experience working with us, and we have to pay X amount of money for an outside organization to help us process. Well, in fact, this guy has already served us and have that resume. This should serve as a lesson for moving forward, as not to waste money for the city to hire good people like Mr. Bennett. I have no more questions, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Allenson. Councilor Meany.
This question is for Brett. So your resume, we looked over it, is very impressive. What assurances, if any, could you give us that you'd stick with around as ISD director in the long term?
I mean, this is where I want to be. You know, I've always kept an eye out for this position to post. I mean, not knowing the timeline, but obviously, you know, I left here on great terms. It was, you know, if there was an opportunity to move up here, you know, I would have stuck around. This is where I want to be. This is where my kids go to school. I mean, this is where I've lived. I plan to live, and you know, I just want to, you know, help this department move forward and help with the city's needs.
Thank you. It's the only question.
Thank you, Councilor Meany. Councilor McLean.
Hi, Brett. Nice to meet you. Thank you for being here today. My question is, you've worked for the city of Lynn in the past, and you've seen the inner workings of the ISD department, I'm assuming, being an inspector already. What kind of innovative ideas or processes are you planning to bring to the city?
We're going to push forward with the, you know, the electronic permitting system is a huge thing of mine. You know, getting some surveys out there to employees, to residents, seeing what the needs are, seeing what's not working for this department. What can we do to improve this department? How can we push it forward? You know, what is currently working? You know, one of the biggest things I think would be meeting with, you know, the principals, the superintendents. They're in these school buildings every day. What's their top priorities, and how can we organize those priorities and just start picking away at them? You know, I know it's a lot of work, you know, within the schools, but, you know, I think we got to form some kind of prioritized list of everybody's needs and try to pick away at them and move forward with these school buildings.
Yeah, ISD, that department does a lot of work, so it would be nice to see some of it streamlined in some way. So if you get on and you become that chief inspection of the services, I hope that you're able to do something like that for us.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Councilor. Councilor Field, follow-up?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for allowing me a second opportunity. It's kind of, Councilor Allenson's question kind of led me to this question. Brett, where did you see the posting? I know the city does try to post they do post a variety of positions, and I think our personnel director does a great job at trying to reach out to everybody in a vast area of folks, a pool to draw from. How did you notice the position posted? Was it word of mouth? Was it something on social media? Was it a list of jobs? Or are you just always keeping your eye open for when this position, if it ever had become available, because you live here, because you worked here in the past, to help teach us, maybe guide us on what worked for you to get you here?
Yeah, I mean, it was more word of mouth and honestly just checking in on the city website, to be honest with you. It was just something that, it was word of mouth that it was going to get posted. Obviously something that I knew I wanted to approach, and, I just kind of kept looking at that weekly and seeing what posted, and then, followed through with the Collins Center website.
Thank you. Great. Any further? Councilor Hogan.
I just want to end it kind of with this here, Brett. It's great that you came to the top for all the candidates, and myself, I'm a Lynn guy. I bleed Lynn. I really care about Lynn, and to be able to hire a Lynn guy for this position, even though we opened it up to everyone else, I'm very happy that we're hiring a Lynn guy, and you'll definitely have my support when it comes.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
So thank you.
Any further comments, questions, clarifications? Hearing none, I just also echo the sentiments of a lot of my colleagues, but in particular what Councilor Hogan just said. To have you from Lynn, born and raised here, is so important to the fabric of our community in terms of what this job entails. And I know you're getting into it, and you've been here in the past. It's a massive undertaking, the chief, for this department in particular, because you're dealing not only with the aging buildings on the school side, which we all know a lot about. You're also dealing with some aging city buildings as well. But you've got to balance that with working with people. And you can be the best building commissioner and have all the certs in the world. If you can't get your workforce to work hard on your behalf and be able to see your vision and be able to treat them as valued city employees, that's where we have our trouble. And I know there's some climate stuff that you're going to have to take on in that department in particular, and there's things that I think as you get deeper into this position, you've got a great core staff there. They're really hardworking and knowledgeable, including the maintenance side and the school department. I just think bringing everyone together is so critical in this particular department because it is so multifaceted. So you have your work cut out for you, but I think this council is ready and prepared to help you with that work. So I would entertain a motion to recommend to the council of the whole at 5:30 the candidacy of Chief Inspectional Services Director Brett Bennett.
I'd like to make a motion to pass along Mr. Bennett's name for recommendation to full council for a vote this evening.
We have a motion by Councilor Field, seconded by Councilor Hogan. Any other further discussion? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call. Yes, Councilor Net.
One more question.
Yes, sir.
Short question. Mr. Bennett, sorry. You have small children?
Excuse me?
You have small children?
I do. I have two boys, 9 and 7.
Okay, are you ready to away from them quite often at night?
Oh yeah, it's been. It was a decision for sure. A full family decision. The wife's on board. Everybody's on board. They know it's we all know it's a challenging position, but it is something that, I look forward to digging into and getting into it.
Sometimes late at night, you gotta stay here. All right.
Phone rings now at 3 in the morning, so it's something. Definitely a challenging position, but it's something that I look forward to very much.
Okay, good. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Councilor Net. Seeing no other discussion on the motion, we'll call the roll.
Counsel LaPierre.
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Net.
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Alanson.
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Field.
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Hogan.
Yes.
Yes.
Record that as unanimously if we could. And motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Councilor Field, seconded by Councilor Hogan. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you very much. No.
I'd like to call the Public Properties and Parks Committee meeting this afternoon. Madam Clerk, can you please roll call?
Counsel Chakutis absent. Counsel LaPierre.
Present.
Present. Counsel Net.
Present.
Present. Counsel Matul.
Present.
Present. And Counsel Alanson.
Present.
All right, so we have 3 items in our agenda today. Madam Clerk, can you please read the first one?
Ordered that His Honor the Mayor is hereby authorized to execute an assent to an easement between the Massachusetts Department of Conservation and Recreation and the Seaport Landing Condominium Association for the purpose of repairing and replacing a retaining wall and to install and repair a boardwalk.
Can I please call Attorney Lamanna to the podium?
So the DCR is going to be making some repairs and improvements both to the retaining wall down by the Seaport Condominium Association and to make upgrades to the boardwalk. They'll need access over land owned by the Seaport Condo Association. We also have an easement on this same identical land to access the marina. So this would be authorizing both the city and DCR to have access to the same property to make upgrades to the marina in our ocean.
Any questions from the committee? What is the wish of the committee?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Counsel Chakutis absent, Counsel LaPierre.
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Net.
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Matul.
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Alanson.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, can you please read second item?
Yep. Ordered that the Law Department and the Assessor's Office shall research and report back regarding the possible abandonment of land abutting 32 Kelly Lane, approximately 2,125 square feet, 29 Lane, approximately 580 square feet, and 39 Kelly Lane, approximately 446 square feet. These respective land areas were formerly part of a cul-de-sac on Kelly Lane and used for public purposes. However, the extension of Kelly Lane has been reconfigured and has caused these land areas to no longer be used for public purposes for a roadway. Any engineering plans and the Registry of Deeds recording fees shall be borne by the property owners and not the City of Lynn.
Attorney Lamanna?
Correct. Kelly Lane originally was configured as a cul-de-sac, dead-end cul-de-sac. A number of years ago, the developer received permission to extend Kelly Lane to build a dozen or so additional homes. So the roadway, instead of being a cul-de-sac with a thermometer balloon at the end, is now just a regular straight road up to the new development. The areas where the circle, the cul-de-sac is no longer a portion of a public way. We'll be looking to abandon these small areas in front of them to make sure all three of these homes have frontage on a public way, because absent that, they wouldn't be able to have financing going forward for any future sales or mortgages. And all costs for this will be borne by the three property owners. No taxpayer money will be going toward this.
Perfect. Any questions from the committee? What is the wish of the committee?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Counsel Chakutis absent, Counsel LaPierre.
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Net.
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Matul.
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Alanson.
Yes.
Yes.
Madam Clerk, can you please read the third item in our agenda?
Order that His Honor the Mayor is hereby authorized to execute an assignment of a memorandum of understanding for the future sale of a portion of Wyoma Square Municipal Parking Lot to the new owners of the True Value Hardware Store located at 312-316 Broadway.
Attorney Lamanna?
Certainly. A number of years ago, the City of Lynn sold a portion of the Wyoma Square municipal lot to Mr. Tenney, who runs Wyoma Square Hardware. If you drive by there now, there's a shed separated from the main hardware store. The wheels of justice are slow. In order for this sale to go through, Land Court has to subdivide the larger Wyoma Square parking lot. And speaking with our Land Court attorneys, it often takes 4 or 5 years in order to get that court order to subdivide from the Land Court. In the meantime, Mr. Tenney has found a buyer for his business, who plans on continuing to operate a hardware store. This would allow an assignment to the new owner, so whenever the paperwork is approved by the Land Court to subdivide this up, and we file a deed at the Registry of Deeds, it won't go to Mr. Tenney, but rather it'll go to the new owner. So this would just allow the effectuation of a prior council vote to sell this land to the operator of the hardware store.
Any questions from the committee? Councilor Allison, then Councilor Meany.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Attorney Lamanna, just point of clarification. I know the ward councilor has follow-up questions again. I'm looking at 312 Broadway. Is this the parking spot behind that building?
Next to it.
Or next to it?
Shed.
Next to it, it directly abuts Broadway.
It's a shed.
No, sorry. Okay, okay, that's my clarification.
Councilor Meany.
Thank you.
Hey, Jim, I just had a quick question. So as far, the best of knowledge you have right now is the hardware store that Tim is selling to the new owner wants to maintain it as the current business.
Yes, that's correct.
In the unlikely event that this proves not accurate, would the proprietor be able to just, my point is, I'm really hesitant I don't want this to become housing, is what I'm getting at, in the sense that it's already zoned commercial, and our percentage of commercial real estate in the city is very low. So is there a scenario where this could potentially become housing?
There's always a potential that anything can happen if there's a variance granted. Currently, use variances are allowed. This is in the business district. It would require some approval from the Zoning Board of Appeals if a property owner would do that. I would say that entire stretch of Broadway from Walgreens right up to the former card shop has consistently been commercial in nature and there's been no attempts in my tenure here to attempt to have residential units.
Thank you for clearing that.
Any other questions?
Just
Councilor
to
Lapierre?
further clarify, on top of the existing hardware store, however, is a residential component, or storage, I think they use it for right now. Is that equipped to be housing? Do you know?
That I believe would require approval of the city council. I think our zone ordinance as written now, to the extent that you wanted to have a mixed-use commercial first floor residential upstairs, that would require council approval.
Right now, we're talking about that adjacent shed that was built.
This is the adjacent shed that there was a long negotiation period between Councilor Lozzi and this property owner.
Yeah.
At one point, I think there was a belief that the shed was going to be movable, and then we saw that there was a foundation built, and that put everything on pause for a while, and ultimately, there was a decision by this council and Councilor Lozzi that this land didn't have much of a value as a parking space. It's not part of the main football field shaped Wyoming municipal lot.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second. Madam Clerk, roll, please.
Councilor Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Lapierre?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Net?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Matul?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Alanson?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, thank you, and that's it. What's the wish of the committee?
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
Second.
Thank you.
I didn't know you're...
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Ways and Means Committee meeting. Madam Clerk, I call the meeting to order. Please roll call.
Councilor Net?
Present.
Present. Councilor Hogan?
Present.
Present. Councilor Chakutis?
Present.
Present. Councilor Walsh?
Present.
Present. Councilor Field?
Present.
Madam Clerk, could you please read news trend first?
Okay. We have $50.17 from the mayor expense for prior year bill.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilor Net?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Hogan?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Walsh?
I want a discussion on that. No, but I'm just kidding. Yes. $50. Wow.
Yes. Councilor Field?
Yes.
Yes. We have $150,000 from reserve to IT expense to fund operation needs.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilor Net?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Hogan?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Walsh?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Field?
Yes.
Yes. $24,300 from planning expense to planning payroll to fund an employee due to a federal grant loss.
Motion approved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Councilor Net?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Hogan?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Walsh?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Field?
Yes.
$3,370 from ISD expense for a prior year bill.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilor Net?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Hogan?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Walsh?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Field?
Yes.
Yes. $1,629.32 from the ISD expense for a prior year bill.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilor Net?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Hogan?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Walsh?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Field?
Yes.
Certified funds, please.
And we have $595,000 to community development for Market Street Rehabilitation Grant.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilor Net?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Hogan?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Walsh?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Field?
Yes.
$50,000 to the Health Department for the Mosaic Grant impacting opioid use disorders.
Motion approved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Counsel Net?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Hogan?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Walsh?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Field.
Yes.
$32,000 to the DPW to support the recycling dividends program.
Motion approved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Counsel Net?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Hogan?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Walsh?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Field.
Yes.
Yes. $450,000 to the School Department for the Skills Capital Grant Program.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Counsel Net?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Hogan?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Walsh?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Field.
Yes.
$80,000 to the School Department for the Special Education IEP Grant Program.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Counsel Net?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Hogan?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Walsh?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Field.
Yes.
$50,000 to the School Department for the FY25 E-Machine Earmark Grant.
Motion approved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Counsel Net?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Hogan?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Walsh?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Field.
Yes.
$30,000 to the School Department for the FC 592 FY25 PRISM Grant Program.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Counsel Net?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Hogan?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Walsh?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Field.
Yes.
Yes. $1,000 to the School Department for the FC 330 FY25 Influence 100 Grant Program.
Motion approved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Counsel Net?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Hogan?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Walsh?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Field.
Yes.
Could you please read orders?
We have an order to authorize the school superintendent to submit to the MSBA a statement of interest form for the roof replacement at Lynn Classical High School, replacement of windows and doors at Ford Elementary, and the replacement of an HVAC system at Lynn Tech.
What's the wish committee?
Motion approved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Counsel Net?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Hogan?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Walsh?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Field.
Yes.
Any emergency to this? No emergency. Any new business?
Motion adjourned.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
I'd like to call the council meeting to order for Tuesday, March 11th. Roll call, please.
Counselor Allensug.
Present.
Present. Counselor Chakutis?
Present.
Present. Counselor Field?
Present.
Present. Counselor Hogan?
Present.
Present. Counselor LaPierre?
Present.
Present. Counselor Matul?
Present.
Present. Counselor McLean?
Present.
Present. Counselor Meany?
Present.
Present. Counselor Meji Madre?
Present.
Present. Counselor Net?
Present.
Present. Counselor Walsh?
Present. We all rise for a moment of silence, followed by a pledge of allegiance, please.
A special prayer to the Melanson family as well, Mr. President.
Special prayer for the Duffy family, Mr. President.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Someone to accept the minutes from February 25th.
Accept those minutes.
Motion to accept. We have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes accepted. Communications.
We have a communication from His Honor the Mayor. Dear councilors, pursuant to Section 3-9 and 10-4 of the Lynn City Charter, I am hereby appointing Brett Bennett Jr. to the position of the Chief of Inspectional Services in the City of Lynn, effective April 7th, 2025. I am respectfully requesting that the council confirm Mr. Bennett's appointment. Sincerely, Mayor Jared Nicholson.
We think this went to personnel with Council LaPierre. If you want to say something?
Yes, correct, Mr. President. It did just prior to our committee of the whole. The council subcommittee got together and met and asked questions of Mr. Bennett, and that has unanimous approval to come to this committee as a whole with a full vote from the subcommittee. Thank you.
Somebody want to make a motion?
Motion to approve, Mr. Bennett.
Second.
Motion, second. Any discussion on it? Roll call.
Councilor Ansug.
Brett Bennett Jr.
Councilor Chakoudas.
Brett Bennett Jr.
Bennett. Councilor Field.
Brett Bennett Jr.
Bennett. Councilor Hogan.
Mr. Brett Bennett Jr.
Bennett. Councilor LaPierre.
Brett Bennett Jr.
Bennett. Councilor Matul.
Brett Bennett Jr.
Bennett. Councilor McLean.
Brett Bennett Jr.
Bennett. Councilor Meany.
Brett Bennett Jr.
Bennett. Councilor Meji Madre.
Brett Bennett Jr.
Bennett. Councilor Net.
Brett Bennett Jr.
Yeah. Councilor Walsh.
Brett Bennett Jr.
Bennett.
All right. You're there. Would you like to come up for a second?
I'd just like to thank Mayor Nicholson, his staff, Drew Russo with the Personnel Department. They made this process, very easy. It was a long process. They held me through the way. Obviously, thank you to the council, the subcommittee. Again, just something I'm really looking forward to, getting back into the city and looking forward to taking on this challenge. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Public hearings.
We have no public hearings.
Public hearings to be set down.
We have set down an ordinance amending the ordinance creating the position of Director of Information and Technology in the City of Lynn.
Set down.
Motion to set down. Second. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Set it down. Committees, licensing, Council Field.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have a unanimous vote by our committee. I make a motion to approve that.
Unanimous vote of the committee. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. And personnel, we just did personnel, I think. We're all set with that one. Public properties, Council Matul.
Thank you, Mr. President. We had a unanimous vote. Motion to approve.
Do a motion to approve. We have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Public properties, good to go. Ways and Means, Council Net.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yes, all unanimous vote of the committee and make a motion to approve.
We have a unanimous vote of the committee. Motion approved. We have a second.
Second.
The clerk, please read the transfers.
And we have transferred laid over from February 25th meeting, $20,000 from reserve to the police expense to fund operational needs of the department. New transfers, $50.17 from the mayor expense for prior year bill, $150,000 from the reserve to IT expense to fund operation needs, $24,300 from the planning expense to planning payroll to fund employee due to a federal grant loss, $3,370 from ISD expense for prior year bill, $1,629.32 from ISD expense for prior year bill. Certified funds, $595,000 to community development for the Market Street Rehab Grant, $50,000 to the Health Department for the Mosaic Grant impacting opioid use disorders, $32,000 to DPW to support the Recycling Dividends Program, $450,000 to the School Department for the Skills Capital Grant Program, $80,000 to the School Department for the Special Ed IEP Grant Program, $50,000 to the School Department for the FY25 E-Machine Earmark Grant, $30,000 to the School Department for the FC 592 FY25 PRISM Grant Program, $1,000 to the School Department for the FC 330 FY25 Influence 100 Grant Program. And we have an order that needs to be read completely, or to authorize the school superintendent to submit to the MSBA a statement of interest form for the roof replacement Lynn Classical, placement of windows at Ford Elementary, and the replacement of HVAC system at Lynn Tech. In classical roof replacement, it resolved, having convened an open meeting on March 11th, 2025, prior to the SOI submission closing date, the Lynn City Council, in accordance with its charter, bylaws, and ordinances, has voted to authorize the superintendent to submit to the Mass School Building Authority the statement of interest form dated March 21st, 2025, for the Classical High School located at 235 O'Callahan Way, Lynn, which describes and explains the following deficiencies and priority categories for which an application may be submitted to the MSBA to the future replacement of the roof to maintain a watertight, energy-efficient, and functioning building envelope as a primary priority statement of interest for the MSBA Accelerated Repair Program for 2025, and hereby further specifically acknowledges that by submitting this statement of interest form, the MSBA authority in no way guarantees the acceptance or the approval of the application, the awarding of a grant or any other funding commitment from the MSBA, or commits the City of Lynn to filing an application for funding with the Mass School Building Authority. Ford replacement of windows and doors. Resolved, having convened an open meeting on March 11th, 2025, prior to the SOI submission closing date, Lynn City Council, in accordance with its charter, bylaws, and ordinances, has voted to authorize the superintendent to submit to the MSBA the statement of interest form dated March 21st, 2025, for the Robert L. Ford Elementary School located at 49 Hollingsworth Street in Lynn, which describes and explains the following deficiencies and priority category for which an application may be submitted to the MSBA in the future for the replacement of windows and doors to allow for increased security, reduction of heat loss, increased energy conservation, and overall reduced energy consumption as a secondary priority statement of interest for the MSBA Accelerated Repair Program for 2025. And hereby further specifically acknowledges that by submitting the statement of interest form, the Massachusetts School Building Authority in no way guarantees the acceptance or the approval of an application, the awarding of any grant or any funding commitment from the MSBA, or commits the City of Lynn to filing the application for funding with Mass School Building Authority. Lynn Tech replacement of HVAC systems. Resolved, having convened an open meeting on March 11, 2025, prior to the SOI submission closing date, the Lynn City Council, in accordance with its charter, bylaws, and ordinances, has voted to authorize the superintendent to submit to the MSBA the statement of interest form dated March 21st, 2025, for the Lynn Vocational Technical Institute located at 80 Neptune Boulevard, which describes and explains the following deficiencies and priority categories for which an application may be submitted to the MSBA authority in the future to replace the existing failing natural gas-fired HVAC system with a heat pump system to increase energy conservation, improve overall efficiency. The existing gas-fired boilers are 1999 vintage and failing, as is the remainder of the HVAC system, which consists of original equipment to the building. As a secondary priority statement of interest for the MSBA Accelerated Repair Program for 2025, and hereby further specifically acknowledges that by submitting this secondary priority statement of interest form, the Mass School Building Authority in no way guarantees the acceptance or approval of an application, the awarding of a grant, or any other funding commitment from the Mass School Building Authority, or commits the City of Lynn to filing an application for funding with the Mass School Building Authority.
City Clerk and Auctioneer, Janet Rowe. So we have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion on any of that? All right, roll call.
Counsel Alanson?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Field?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Hogan?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel LaPierre?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Matul?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel McLean?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Meany?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Meji Madre?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Net?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Walsh?
Yes. Councilor Net, is there anything else?
No, that's it. No emergency.
Okay.
Thank you,
All right.
Mr. President.
All right. Any old business from the council? Any new business from the council? Councilor Field?
I want to wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day weekend coming.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Councilor Net?
Make a motion to adjourn, Mr. President.
Motion to adjourn. Second. All in favor?
Aye.